The Dirty Matcha Latte might just be our most controversial recipe, combining coffee and matcha, two sworn enemies, setting aside their differences to create something beautiful together. We're going to show you how to make the perfect Dirty Matcha Latte in just 5 minutes. First, let's get to the ingredients. To make a Dirty Matcha Latte, you'll need 1 espresso shot, which you can make in either a mocha pot or an espresso machine. You'll also want 70 milliliters of hot water, but not boiling. We'll explain why later on in the video. You can use 1 to 2 teaspoons of sugar, depending on how sweet you like your Dirty Matcha Latte, and 1/4 cup of your favorite milk, but we recommend oat or soy milk. Finally, you'll want 2 teaspoons of matcha powder, but which kind is best for the matcha latte? After meeting with matcha producers around Japan, we learned that you actually want to use a matcha designed for lattes, like this one from Masuda-san. This matcha has a 10 to 15 micron grind, which is fine enough so that it doesn't create a gritty texture in the Dirty Matcha Latte, but not too fine that it sticks together into clumps. Also, this matcha mixes more evenly into the milk, rather than being suspended into the foam like some of the stone ground matcha. It's much less expensive, and it has a strong flavor that shines through the milk. This one was grown without pesticides, and you can pick it up at neoteas.com before we continue on with our recipe. You can also follow this recipe along on our blog, where we have hundreds of matcha recipes to choose from. We'll put a link in the description below. So first, what you're going to want to do is scoop out 2 teaspoons of matcha powder and run it through a sifter into a matcha bowl or chawan. While you're doing this, heat up some filtered water in a water heater to about 70 degrees Celsius or 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the water reaches temperature, pour 70 milliliters or about 1/3 cup into the chawan. If you really want to make sure that there's no clumps in your Dirty Matcha Latte, you can pour a couple of tablespoons in and mix it into a smooth paste before adding the rest of the water. The reason that we use water just under boiling is that matcha powder actually brews just like a normal tea. The matcha is made of particles suspended into the water, but also soluble particles extracted into the water. If the water is too hot, it will extract more catechins into the water, and you'll notice the flavor being much more bitter. If you use water that's too cool, you won't extract enough from the matcha, and the flavor will be flat and watery. 60 to 80 degrees Celsius or 140 to 175 degrees Fahrenheit seems to be the sweet spot, extracting plenty of flavor from the matcha without bringing out the bitterness. Now it's time to whisk the matcha. The best tool for whisking is the bamboo matcha whisk or chasen. These whisks are carved out of a single piece of bamboo, and although they've been used to make matcha for over 500 years, they still are the best tool for producing a good foam, and the 80 thin bristles combine matcha evenly into the water. Make sure to soak the matcha whisk before using it so the bristles are more pliable, and whisk the matcha in rapid zigzag motions using your wrist. Once a foam appears, you can set your matcha aside to cool. While it's still warm, you can stir in the sweetener so it dissolves better. Now you can make a shot of espresso in your espresso maker. For the mocha pot, you can use 20 grams of finely ground coffee and 120 milliliters of water, although we won't use all of that for the recipe. If you're making an iced Dirty Matcha Latte, you can fill up a glass with ice cubes and then pour the slightly cooled matcha inside. If you pour it in when it's too hot, it will melt the ice cubes and water down your latte. Once the matcha is in, you can now pour in your milk. After the milk has been added, you can pour out roughly 1 shot of espresso on top of the matcha latte. This should create a cool layering effect in your drink, as long as you pour nice and slow. You may want to drink the Dirty Matcha Latte like this rather than mixing it in fully. The flavors of the coffee and matcha are very strong and almost complete opposites, so they can clash. This latte gives you some sips that taste like matcha, some sips that taste like coffee, and some that are a blend of both. If you really want to go crazy, you can stir the matcha and espresso together and see how the flavors clash. While coffee has this strong roasted flavor, matcha is smooth and vegetal, almost like steamed vegetables. Different matcha can have different flavor profiles, and it all depends on the variety of tea plants used, where they're grown, and how they're processed. If you want to explore the best matcha we found in Japan, you can visit neoteas.com and browse our selection. If you want to learn more about matcha, we would love it if you could like this video and subscribe to see more like it in the future. Until then, we'll see you next time.